Today we're going to be diving into the aspect of narcissists and cheating, of why they do that, and why when things are functioning so well, they seem to just burn everything down. Why it seems like things are going really good in a marriage or in a relationship and it's like, don't care, and they move on. Well, I want to be able to explain why all narcissists cheat. We're going to talk about 4 different things. The first one is the aspect of boredom. Sometimes you'll have somebody who gets tired of the norm, who gets tired of the things that are happening on a day-to-day basis, and because they're not willing to be honest about what's going on, they're like, I'm bored, I'm gonna go do what I want. I'm bored because I've already accomplished this. A lot of times you'll have this from a narcissistic standpoint, where a narcissist is going after a person and trying to chase them, and they get addicted to the chase piece. Addicted to let me woo, let me grab someone, let me get someone to be with, let me have sex with them, whatever it might be. Let me chase them and grab them and get them. But then when they get them, they're like, now I don't know what to do. Because at that point, they haven't invested anything in the other person. They haven't invested anything in developing that relationship. It's all been about the chase. But once they have that person, once that person is in their life, then it's like, I don't know what to do. So oftentimes they'll revert to boredom. Boredom is a great way to be able to destroy a lot of things. Second one is the aspect of attention. Now, when we talk about narcissists, a lot of times we're saying like, hey, a narcissist wants a lot of attention, a lot of validation, a lot of back and forth, like give me all the attention, that kind of an aspect. And when we're talking through the aspect of attention, so many times a narcissist will be looking for attention, and as a result, they'll be talking to 20, 30, 40 different people. Like, I've had countless people talk to me that they access their husband's phone or their wife's phone, and all of a sudden they realize, like, whoa, it's not like they're talking to one person or cheating with one person. It's like, no, there's like 50 people. That's a constant back and forth trying to get that validation, trying to get that attention. The problem is that's trying to sedate a lot of things, and if you're not able to work through that, like this, the narcissist can't work through where they're looking for that validation and why, it's like an addiction. It's never going to stop. This is the idea of like that attention piece keeps them from being bored. It keeps their mind like activated, keeps them fired off, keeps giving them that high or that validation piece. Third one, which is the aspect of trying to fill the void. You know, oftentimes you have like a drug addict that's looking for that very first high, looking for that aspect that's going to make them happy, excited, making them like feel a certain way that they've wanted to feel. The hard part is oftentimes looking for that, it never happens. And typically you'll have a narcissist that's looking for something that they never are going to find. And oftentimes one of those things is joy. People are like, wait a second, what do they actually experience? Well, they might experience a slight happiness or a high, but a majority of the times a narcissist, I don't think, can ever experience joy because they can't tap into the baseline of joy, which would be gratitude. So as a result, they're continuously looking for something that they're not able to latch onto because they can't take their eyes off of themselves and put it into someone else and into gratitude. So they're always getting temporary highs, temporary happiness, and not able to actually find true meaning and true joy. Fourth thing would be lies. Now, I mentioned this a little bit as we've gone through, but no grounding of truth in the relationship or in the marriage. The majority of relationships out there lie. Now, maybe they lie when they first get together, of like putting their best foot forward, but they don't bring their full self to the table, or they get to the place in the relationship where they're like, nah, I'd rather not tell the truth in this one area. And oftentimes it's small, and it starts small and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, but the core of it is a lot of times relationships are not built on a solid foundation of truth. So as a result, when people lie, the relationship falls apart and dies. This is what happens in narcissistic relationships because they're coming to the table with no baseline, no grounding of truth. Both parties need to be able to tell the truth if there's any hope of a relationship forming.